Hello, Libra, and welcome to your October 2025 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card to get a sense of the energy we're moving into for this very important month. Purging process. You may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. Wow. So that's kind of Pluto's energy, purging process, right? It's about death and rebirth. And it's about clearing the way, for that new energy, for that new manifestation that's headed your way too. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because, for a couple of reasons. Pluto is turning direct in Aquarius, and he is they say he's out of bounds, which means he's not following the sun's path. So he's boundless, borderless, and we know that, Pluto can be pretty disruptive. And, it's about purging, it's about eliminating, it's about untethering, untying, tearing things down so we can build things up. It's about the purging process. So that's happening in your fifth house of love and relationships. And we can talk a little bit more about that. And then, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what we can find out with tarot for some additional guidance and messages for Libra for October. Three of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. All right. There's the Lovers, Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Hanged Man. All right. So, we got a lot of emotions, right? We've got some cups happening, which is all good. Maybe I should scooch up just a little. And cups represent our emotions and love and romance, like we talked about. And we talked about the Knight of Cups represents love and romance, as does the Lovers. And there's a purging going on. So for some of you, it's not, it's not a surprise for some of you. And for some of you, it's been self-directed, right? You've been going through the process of things. But let me just back up for a minute, because this is your season. So regardless of this intense energy that's going on, all eyes are on you, Libra, because the sun is in your sign. So your charm and your charisma, which is what you always embody, is going to be at a heightened level. So you're going to get a plenty of attention and magic and celebrations, and it's coming, because it's your season and the sun is shining on you. Now remember, I said that this purging process reminds me of Pluto's energy, and Pluto being out of bounds means he's not following the sun's path. So he's not, he's got his own agenda. He's out there doing his own thing, kicking up some stuff, breaking some stuff down, purging this and untying that. So while the sun is benefiting you and shining down on you, there's going to be some opposition immediately in this area for you in your relationships because of, number one, Pluto being a direct, it means this is hitting your house of love and romance. And also on the 22nd, we have some other big news going on. But let's take a look at this. So we have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords just kind of shows some less than transparent, right, energy. This is somebody kind of sneaking behind the scenes, helping themselves to what's not theirs. And I'm thinking that this is kind of how you're parting ways, or with somebody who's parting ways. So there's been this energy in this relationship, this connection of yours, and you're trying to get rid of that. That's the stuff that you want purged. And it can be a person, it can be, a job, it can be things, but it's swords. So swords are about the information. They're also about the truth. Another big thing with Pluto. Pluto demands that we do the deep dive, we face our fears, and we tell the truth. Change begins with the truth, and there's not a planet more committed to change, which is transformation at a higher level, than Pluto. So it's beginning. So the message is pretty clear. You're being presented, with this loving, guiding, energetic, and really divine hand. And you're kind of looking back at that, and you're not trusting it. You're not sure. And you're holding the truth in your hands as you're walking away. So there's some denial going on, Libra, or just some hesitation of something. And I don't know what that is, but you're not ready to embrace this yet. You're just like, this is my truth. I'm holding on to this. And what is going on over here, I'm not sure. Now, interesting enough, the Lover's card, which is a divine, balanced union and partnership and loving, and it can be contractual too, non-romantic, is right behind this divine offering. So it's putting you in a position to make a decision, which is what the Seven of Cups represents. And again, you're not sure. You're confused by it for some odd reason. And the reason you're confused by it is because, the hesitance, the resistance, the inevitable thing that's going to happen around you anyways. You're not in total acceptance mode, is what I'm saying. And so, life moves on. The planets continue to make their movements. And we have this Knight of Cups, which is representing this loving new opportunity coming your way, lined up right by the hand of God. This divine offering. And it's filled with the love, the harmony, the respect, that the divine counterbalance of what you represent, okay? But you're going to have to wait, because that's what the Hanged Man represents here. The Hanged Man is Pisces and Neptunian power, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But for the sake of this, this turning the page and moving on from this, and detaching from it and untethering and purging it, which is what the process is for you this October, you're kind of not, you're dragging your feet with it. Again, being confused by some things. So, the universe says, fine, we're gonna wait. We're not going to bring all of this into your world right now because you still have some work to do. And that's the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords shows that you're taking the initiative and you're moving on. You're moving over troubled waters. You're moving away from it all. And I love that. And I also love that we have the Eight of Wands on the other side of this energy. And that represents Mercury. I always say it. It's fast-moving energy coming in. And it is information. It is, facts. They are the truth. It is all of that. And we know that Mercury joins Mars on the 6th, okay? And that's in your earned income zone. And I think for some of you, you've been hesitant, to accept this because you're trying to get things in place. So Seven of Cups sometimes are all the details of your life that you have to put in order before you can move on. You have to, get to this point in your life. You have to make sure that your bills are paid before you move on. You have to make sure that, the realtor, if you're moving house and home, is lined up. You have to make sure that that job that, is lined up is in order. You have to make sure, all those logistics in life. And that, is also part of you not ready, to embrace all of this. But what I will say to you is that, yes, Mercury is absolutely bringing this information to you, but it's also going to be moving into Sagittarius at the end of the month. And Sagittarius is a truth seeker. Say it like it is, Sagittarius. So you're not going to run away from the reality of a situation. And I'm not suggesting you're running away from it. I'm just saying that you're not at that point where you can totally accept it, because you got a lot of things going on. You got to take care of some life details, some responsibilities, putting things again in order before you can, kind of go through the purging process of this relationship, of this partnership, before you can move on, And this is you moving on a whole level, by the way. So the Knight of Cups isn't always bringing things in. It's on this side, the last column, so it's moving things out. This is you moving on a whole level, having your cup full, regardless of a broken, untethered, purging relationship. You are whole. You are ready and capable and being guided with quick mercurial energy to move you past that. Six of Swords is you moving on, and I'm really, really excited for you, because you are one of the signs that are going through major transitions and big time changes. So, did we talk about the Neptune? No. So this is Neptune, and it's been in Pisces for almost 14 years, and it recently went into Aries, and it just dipped back down. October 22nd, it's coming back to Pisces to finish business, to finish some unfinished business, right? Some of this stuff. And it's sitting right next to Saturn, who is a discipline planet, a planet of demands and facing our responsibilities and closures. Saturn is absolutely the Lord of karma, but he is also the god of making dreams come true. He's reality, right? Neptune's kind of this nebulous, dreamlike thing, but that's where our dreams come from. That's where our beautiful ideas and our creativity comes from. So this Neptunian power down here, this hanged man coming in at the end of the month, October 22nd, is going to hit your 6th house. And your 6th house is really about your health, your daily life, and it's about to change. And October 22nd is going to usher in, and that's where it's landing for you. So you have this opportunity to move, in a graceful, confident and faithful way with this energy that's coming into your life. I hope you receive that. Okay, so let's get one more message from our animal spirit. All right, pig spirit, use your mind wisely. I like that. So Libra, you are a very compassionate person, but you're also led by swords, right? Because you're an air sign. So they showed up for you, and they're bringing you the truth. As soon as you accept it, you will be able to lead with your mind, and your heart will align, and you'll be well on your way. I hope it resonates. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.